Hello, everyone. It's Cara Whedbee with Simply Magical Vacations by Cara, coming to you live for our Friday News Live show. I am so excited because tomorrow is the opening of Toy Story Land in Walt Disney World, Hollywood Studios. Yay! So exciting. So I'm wearing my Jessie ears for the occasion, and I'm also wearing a shirt that I got from the Waits World Spreadshirt Shop. It says, because we all need a little Toy Story land in our day. And it's got the Slinky coaster and the blocks and the claw and the spaceship. So I'm definitely going to wear this when I go to Toy Story Land. So excited. And so I'm wearing my Jessie ears, and tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow at 8 a.m. They have told people today who were waiting in line to try and see if they could get a soft opening of the land that there will be no soft openings. It opens tomorrow at 8 a.m. So good luck to all of you there. I know tons of my friends are there to be there for the opening. I can't wait to see what you guys think of it. I have seen pictures from our agency that is there now, our representatives that are there now touring the land, and they've sent us videos of the rides and they've sent us pictures, and it's just so cute. So I can't wait. I'm going in September, but to all of you going tomorrow, may the force be with you. So again, it opens at 8 a.m. tomorrow at Toy Story Land, and there may be some extra magic hours if you are staying on property, so definitely double check that. Okay. So we have a lot of news today other than Toy Story Land. So I definitely want to share with you what I have discovered. I have heard many things today at a media event they did where they released some new information that's coming to Hollywood Studios in 2019. A new show, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad. We got some concept art for that ride. So I'm going to share that with you. So lots of exciting news today. Woohoo! Okay, so let me give you one little fair word of advice for Toy Story Land. Since it opens tomorrow at 8 a.m. Something I've heard from our boss and then several other people who have toured the land already and have ridden the rides. None of the queues are in the shade for the lines for the rides, and there is no air conditioning in the rides. So Slinky Dog Dash is an outdoor roller coaster, and they say it's really cute, and there's some fun surprises on it. There's a PhotoPass photo on that ride. It's awesome at night. So, you know, some of you are going next week, and so the Fast passes I was able to get you for Toy Story Land were later in the evening, but that's actually not a bad thing because there is no shade in Toy Story Land, and it's very hot right now in Orlando. So if you're going, maybe go at night, and some of y'all, that's when your Fast passes are anyway. But from the videos we've been seeing, Slinky Dog Dash is lit up at night. All the rides are lit up at night. There's lights on the track. It is the cutest thing in the world. In fact, I would want to be there at night just because it'll be cooler and all the lights will be on. So if you have the choice, or I've already gotten you a Fast Pass in the evening, that's actually going to turn out to be a really good thing for you since there is no shade during the day. So fair warning on that. All right. First bit of news is at Pixar Pier in Disneyland. They've opened last weekend several rides, but they did not open a couple of things. So the Bing Bong Sweet Shop is set to open later this summer. But there's an Inside Out ride that's coming to Pixar Pier, and we've got some concept art for that this week, and we also got the name. It will be the Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind to open in 2019. Let me show you. It's so cute. So this is the Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind ride, and it will have the characters standing out there larger than life and different memory colored balls for each little holder that you stand in or sit in for the ride. It looks like Flix Flyers, and they're going to reimagine it, just like they're going to reimagine the Critter Carousel, Jesse's Critter Carousel. So think of it that way. It's probably what it is. But that's the new Inside Out ride. Okay, Disney Springs. There is a super triple burger piled high with cheddar cheese, bacon, lettuce, tomato, and more from Deluxe Burger. It's the new summer seasonal burger. So if you are in Disney Springs, check out the new triple burger at Deluxe Burger. It is huge. All right, next bit of news is at Sprinkles, also in Disney Springs. Sprinkles Cupcakes is baking up an all-new seasonal flavor. Stop in for Tito's Home Punch Cupcake filled with pomegranate compote, topped with Tito's infused lemon, berry marble frosting, and finished with a touch of cinnamon sugar. Available through July 8th. Disney Cruise Line news. For a while, since the hurricane last year, the Disney Fantasy and any ships sailing in the Caribbean had not been able to go on the Eastern Caribbean cruises to Tortola. So the British Virgin Islands got hit pretty hard, and we just haven't been able to dock there. So now they've announced this week that the Disney Fantasy will call on Tortola beginning August 28th as part of its 7-night Eastern Caribbean, departing on September 8th, 22nd, October 6th and 27th, September 7th and 21st, and October 5th in 2019. Disney is happy to see the great progress being made in the British Virgin Islands in order to provide a satisfactory and safe guest experience, said Russell Daya, the executive director. So getting to go back to the British Virgin Islands on the Disney Cruise Line. Disney Magic's 6-night New York to San Juan sailing in November and the Disney Wonder 7-night Southern Caribbean cruise from San Juan in January are also scheduled to call on Tortola. Along with Disney, the British Virgin Islands are actively engaged in discussions with Norwegian Cruise Line and the operations team of the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association, or the FCCA, which represents all the cruise lines visiting the Caribbean. The cruise tourism industry is an important economic driver in the Virgin Islands, so they definitely want to get the cruise ships coming back there. So yay, Disney's first ship is going back there August 28th. Speaking of cruises, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line is extending an offer. It is 50% off the second guest on your cruise, plus kids sail free, plus up to $100 to spend at sea. You'll save 50% off of your second guest, plus kids age 12 and under sail free on select sailings beginning July 2nd. So we can start booking this deal July 2nd. And if you book 6 months out, you'll also get another $100 to spend at sea. So that would be $200. All right, Terralina's Italian restaurant. It's called Terralina Crafted Italian, run by the Patina Group in Disney Springs. Used to be called Portobello, and they just completely refurbished it and changed the menu and the style. So now it had its grand opening on Thursday, June 28th. So just yesterday, it is now open for you to try and get reservations for there in Disney Springs. Also in Disney Springs, the Ever After Jewelry Company has the 20th anniversary of Mulan, Dooney & Burke, and Danielle Nicole handbags while supplies last. So if Mulan is your favorite princess, definitely get over to Ever After Jewelry Company in Disney Springs. All right, they released a new Florida residence deal. So Florida residents can enjoy an enchanted escape at select Walt Disney World Resort hotels. Here's what it is, Florida residents. And yes, I can book for Florida residents. You could take advantage of rates starting as low as $89 per night at select Disney's All-Star Resorts for stays most Monday through Wednesday nights, August 27th through October 3rd of 2018. So that is the amount of time that you have to book this deal. It's Monday through Wednesday nights, August 27th through October 3rd, Florida residents at Disney's All-Star Resorts. So music, movies, or sports. And this is on my page, the new fall room deal was released all the way up through December 24th. It's only skipping 2 days in November, I believe. So the first one goes through November 8th, and then the second set of dates is November 11th through December 24th. But if you had a trip scheduled for then, and you're my client, I already contacted you. And if it saved you money, I switched you. If it didn't, I left your package alone. And I told you this already, so you already know. But if you're wanting to book a discounted room, save up to 20% on rooms at select Walt Disney World Resort hotels for those dates, then just let me know. Great last minute deal. Plus, they have extended the booking window. We were only going to be able to book free dining up through July 7th. So Disney has extended that for us travel agents, and they're allowing us to book free dining all the way up through August 1st. Now, these free dining dates, some of them correspond with this new hotel room package discount. So really, you just kind of have to see which one saves you more money and which one's still available. They're both very limited. And so it depends on, which resorts they're left at and which ones are still available and which dates are still available. So when I was trying to save my clients money on this, there was only one who qualified. So it is difficult to find. They definitely do not have a lot of availability, but there is some. All right. So the way they did it was, let me get to the actual resorts that are involved in this. Okay, so it's only deluxe villas, deluxe resorts, moderate resorts, and value, but not all of them. I'll tell you which ones it is for this 20% off fall discount. Copper Creek Villas at Disney's Wilderness Lodge, Disney's Animal Kingdom Villas Jumbo House, Disney's Animal Kingdom Villas Kidani Village, Disney's Beach Club Villas, Disney's Boardwalk Villas, Disney's Old Key West Resort, Disney's Saratoga Springs. Those are the villas getting 20% off. If you want villas that are getting 10% off, that would be Boulder Ridge Villas at Disney's Wilderness Lodge and Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows Studios only, not the bungalows. If you're wanting to stay at a deluxe resort, the ones that get 20% off are Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, Disney's Beach Club Resort, Boardwalk Inn, Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, and Yacht Club. If you want to stay at one that is getting 10% off, deluxe resort, then you want to stay at the Disney's Contemporary Resort, Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, or Disney's Wilderness Lodge Resort. The moderate resorts are getting 15% off. Some of them are. The cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness, Disney's Caribbean Beach, and Disney's Coronado Springs Resort are all getting 15% off. And then the resort that's moderate and getting 10% off is Port Orleans Resort, French Quarter, and Riverside. Finally, the value resorts that are getting 10% off are Disney's All-Star Movies Resort, All-Star Music, All-Star Sports, Pop Century, Art of Animation, but only the family suites at Art of Animation. Little Mermaid rooms are never included in this discount. And so for a client of mine that already had a Little Mermaid room booked during this set of dates, I upgraded them to Animal Kingdom Lodge. So I went from a value to deluxe, and it was for the whole week and the whole package, only $1,000 more. So it just depends on where you're wanting to stay and what you can afford, obviously. But to be able to go from a value to deluxe for that price is a really good deal. So we did that for one of my clients. But they did not get this discount. So it just depends on what's best for you. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. So if you have the Disney Cruise Line app, you need to get updated. It's called the Disney Cruise Line Navigator app. So search for that in your app store if you don't already have it, and download it because you're eventually going to go on a Disney cruise. But if you have been on a cruise and you're going on another one like me, then you wanted to download the update this week. The Disney Cruise Line Navigator app updated to update the introduction screens to give it more magic, and made it easier to access the dinner menus. Also, they enhanced the app performance. Okay, it is the cutest thing ever. Look at it. This is what the update looks like. Oh, so cute. Ahoy and welcome. And look, there's the new cruise ship, and it moves. It moves while you're in the app, the little cruise ship. You can stay in touch with your shipmates while on board, which is the texting we've talked Cruise Line app video. So this is explaining this particular one. And then my favorite part of this update is the countdown. So if you've got your cruise countdown in there, like I do, it is cute. You set your clock, and now when you set your clock, the emojis that you see are precious. So it tells your days. See, it says the number of days, but then at the bottom, at the bottom of your days where it says the minutes and hours and seconds, every time it gets to a 0 on the seconds, there it is, emoji, like a different Disney emoji. So that's what your new countdown looks like. It is the cutest thing in the world. You really need to update your Disney Cruise Line app if you have not. There's another example of one of those emojis. So definitely update your app. Okay. The new Disney Play app also released. So if you did a pre-order like I did in the App Store, then you realized that your Disney Play app came 2 days early. It came the 28th instead of the 30th, like they originally said. So you can go in there and play around with it. You can listen to music from different areas in the parks, either Walt Disney World or Disneyland. And when you're actually in the parks, you set everything up when you first open the app, and they want you to have your Bluetooth on so that they can track you, ride you're at. Not really track you, but it connects to the stuff in line that they've introduced to the ride queues for this game. So you want your Bluetooth on, you want your notifications on, so it tells you like what to turn on so that you can use the new app. Then you can log in there and you can mess around with the maps. You can see everything. You can see where the games are going to be, which rides have games in the queue lines and stuff. Some of them are trivia games. Some of them are games that you play. You can do them with your family. You can play against each other. You can put groups in there of your family members or people you're traveling with. So at launch, there are 4 different games designed to help pass the time in line, each themed to individual ride queues, unlockable when near the queues thanks to Bluetooth. So that's what the Bluetooth is for. Peter Pan's Flight, Toy Story Midway Mania, and Space Mountain each have new games park goers can play at both the resort and Walt Disney World. Additionally, and I saw these signs in the photos of Toy Story Land. Walt Disney's new Toy Story Land gets an added game themed to the Slinky Dog Dash roller coaster queue. GameSpot had the opportunity to play the Peter Pan's Flight game Off to Neverland at Disneyland, and it really does keep you engaged while waiting in line. It's not a particularly difficult game, none of them are, but they take your mind off the wait and they keep you engaged in whichever, with whoever's in your group. You search out physical items in the line queue, you answer questions with your group, and ultimately you unlock a small animatronic experience in line just before riding the ride. To make this happen, the app team didn't just rely on what already exists in the intricately designed queues. Instead, it added new physical elements to the area, ranging from items hidden throughout the queues that are specifically tied to the app and lanterns that are part of the finale experience. They won't stand out if you're not using the app, though. It came as a surprise to learn that these new touches weren't always part of the queue. The other games, which are pinned to Space Mountain and Toy Story Midway Mania, are similar in that the goal is more for a fun experience rather than a difficult challenge. They're designed to keep you busy and engaged in whatever story the ride is about to tell, rather than browsing social media or staring off into space. So that's pretty cool. The added incentive of the inline physical experience is Space Mountain has you race spaceships that you build against others in line, while the Midway Mania mini game unlocks a physical effect near the front of the queue and acts as your reward for making it to the front of the line. The app has also integrated games previously available in various Disney parks, including Agent P's World Showcase Adventure at Epcot Center and the Color Wheel Challenge at Disney's California Adventure. Additionally, there are a series of trivia challenges included in the app throughout all of the parks that are themed to different lands. They're not easy, though. Still, if you don't score well, which we didn't, it'll just make you want to try again or give another test and try elsewhere. With so many games and challenges throughout the app, you might be wondering how to keep track of your score or progress. That's where the achievement system comes in. Users will get achievements for completing games, winning trivia challenges, riding rides, and even simply walking through various places within the park. The app will track them, but users can also share them via social media. Earning ride achievements is as simple as having Bluetooth enabled on your phone and the app running in the background. So definitely everybody needs to get a fuel rod. So if you don't have one or don't have some other form of phone charger, you're going to need it, because if your Bluetooth's on and this app is always running, it's going to drain your battery. Fair warning. All right, so that's pretty cool. You definitely want this before you go to the parks and stand in line. While the app is launching with an initial set of achievements, Gorin says the Play Disney Parks team is planning a more complex set of achievements in time, which will allow repeat Disney Parks visitors the opportunity to battle it out with each other to see who can unlock the most. We have a lot of ideas, he says. A big component in setting the mood when it comes to Disney parks is the music, whether it's songs associated with Disney movies, music from rides themselves, or even unique audio specific to the parks, like Walt Disney's dedication speech for Disneyland, which is the first track of the Main Street USA playlist on this app. Thanks to a partnership with Apple Music, users on iOS devices will have access to playlists in the park that are customized to whatever land you happen to be in. The Disney Music Group and Imagineering music teams were able to tap into Apple Music's massive library of songs to create a ton of unique playlists of tracks from, inspired by, and evocative of our park lands, attractions, and characters, Gorin says. There's even a road trip playlist to listen to on your way to the parks. Yay! While Play Disney Parks is launching with mini games themed to rides like Peter Pan's Flight and Space Mountain, the team is already working on updates to introduce more in-park experiences. Guess what the biggest of those is? That's right, Star Wars Land. Star Wars: A Galaxy's Edge is going to be a huge part of this Play Disney Parks app. The upcoming Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Star Wars themed section being built in both Disneyland and Disney World is being designed with the app in mind. The Play Disney Parks team has been working side by side with Star Wars Galaxy's Edge team to build these kinds of interactive layers from the very start, Gordon teases. We have some very special things planned for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and it's not just the new Star Wars land that will expand the app's functionality. This launch is only the beginning, as we have plans to continue evolving the experience with more content, new technology, and expanded experiences, including more in-queue games, new challenges, and achievements. Android and iOS devices on June 30th can now download this app. Not true, you could do it as soon as yesterday. To connect to the majority of the games and experiences, you'll simply need a data connection and Bluetooth capability. It's also not a requirement for enjoying your day in the park. While it brings a new shade of fun to waiting in line or passing time until a parade begins, the standard park experiences also are not dependent on it. Instead, the entire goal of the app is to bring a new layer of interactivity to those who want to play along, especially as the parks move into the future and continue to integrate it. Just make sure you bring a spare phone charger, or you can rent one. So there you go. Need a phone charger, but it sounds like fun, and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is going to utilize it quite a bit, so can't wait to see how that works. Okay, so there was an article in the Orlando Weekly this week that was full of rumors that they say they've gotten confirmed by several people at Disney for updates coming to Tomorrowland. So I'm not going to tell you specifically what they said, but I will just say that those rumors involve a replacement for Stitch's Great Escape, an update to the People Mover, an update to the Carousel of Progress, and an update theming of the Tomorrowland Speedway. So that is all I will say, but they want to get it done before the 50th anniversary, which is 2021. And of course, Tron is supposed to be done by 2021, the new Light Cycle coaster in Tomorrowland at the Magic Kingdom. So we shall see what happens, but these rumors were very interesting. So if you want to go check that article out, it was in the Orlando Weekly this week on Tuesday. And it was rumors of the updates coming to Tomorrowland at the Magic Kingdom. So definitely go check that out. We'll see how many of them come true. But I would be very excited if even a couple of them come true. Okay, so Disney Springs is getting ready for summer with another fun foodie experience. This time it's called Disney Springs Brews and Barbecue. Discover a whole new host of tasty and unique food and beverage pairings as you meander through the many restaurants and shops throughout the area. This experience brings you mouth-watering barbecue-inspired dishes at nearly every restaurant at Disney Springs. And guests who are 21 and older can also pair each of their dishes with crisp craft brewed beers. So that is what is coming to Disney Springs this summer. All the restaurants are participating, and it starts June 29th. So it starts today. They're at 23 different locations across Disney Springs. So the House of Blues restaurant has a chicken nacho dish and southern brisket tacos. Splitsville Dining Room has barbecue pork nachos. Bongo's Cuban Cafe has barbecue guava ribs. Yasaki has chicken and shrimp, teriyaki surf and turf. Planet Hollywood is going to have a grilled bistro sirloin steak. STK Orlando is having a fire roasted shrimp with sticky fig barbecue, sweet potato salad, goat cheese, and spring peas. The Edison burger, which I love, that has brisket as part of the meat patty of the burger. Paradiso 37 is going to have a South Carolina style barbecue pork ribs dish. The Ganachery is going to have the chocolate chiller, a refreshing house-made beverage with caramel, dark, and milk chocolate. And the s'more, our favorite s'more, house-made with vanilla bean marshmallow, salted caramel ganache, and Ganachery chocolate in the middle. You cannot miss their s'mores. Those are good. If you're there, go get a s'more at the ganachery. Morimoto Asia is going to have Morimoto spare ribs, which are going to be pork ribs tossed in a hoisin sweet chili glaze and sprinkled with cilantro. Jock Lindsay's Hanger Bar is having bao buns, pork belly bao buns with melt-in-your-mouth Korean barbecue sauce, served in a pillow steamed bun and topped with pickled vegetables and cilantro. Raglan Road is going to have a boring burger, but it's spelled like a boar, like a wild boar. So it's grilled wild boar burger with blue cheese, port and pear chutney, crispy onion strings, arugula, and garlic and herb aioli served on a potato bun with Irish-style chips. That means french fries. The Boathouse is going to have a Florida Barbecue Association state champion 2017 pulled pork topped with fried dill pickles, house-made smoky barbecue sauce, and shaved red onions. The Paddlefish restaurant is having a pork chop and applesauce served with house-made applesauce and green beans. T-Rex is going to have a boneyard buffet, a fire-roasted rotisserie chicken and slow-roasted St. Louis-style pork ribs served with seasoned fries and coleslaw. That's a big meal. BB Wolf's, which is the sausage company, it's a kiosk there in Disney Springs, is going to have a Carolina barbecue hot dog with Carolina Gold barbecue pulled pork topped with mustard vinaigrette coleslaw. Forest Cafe is going to have a barbecue bacon cheeseburger with barbecue sauce, cheddar cheese, bacon, lettuce, tomato, pickle, and a fried onion ring on top. Wolfgang Puck Express is going to have a barbecue chicken salad with romaine, cucumbers, onions, tomatoes, corn, crispy tortilla chips, poblano peppers, black beans, and a ranch dressing. The Polite Pig already is a barbecue quick service restaurant in Disney Springs. So they're going to have black pepper porter USDA prime brisket smoked for 13 hours and mocked with house-made black pepper porter sauce. And that's going to be... let's see, the next one is Frontera Cochina. So it's going to have Creekstone ribeye, ancho chili rubbed ribeye steak, crispy onion strings, cojita mashed potatoes, caramelized plantains with crema and cojita cheese, tomatillo sauce, and warm tortillas. Deluxe Burger has a barbecue burger, which they've had for a while. It's really good. Signature beef blend patty topped with a fried onion ring, smoked Gouda, bacon, barbecue sauce, grilled onion and lettuce. Blaze Pizza is going to have a barbecue chicken pizza, grilled chicken, shredded mozzarella, sliced red onions, banana peppers, and gorgonzola cheese topped with a barbecue drizzle. Love Blaze. And finally, Chef Art Smith's Homecoming is going to have a southern fried barbecue chicken slider. 2 sliders served with a chicken salad garnish. Again, this starts today and will run through September 3rd. How exciting. Now, Disneyland Resort, not to be outdone, is having a fried chicken something festival. Yes, a fried chicken festival. To express your love for this delicious dish and in honor of the National Fried Chicken Day on July 6th, who knew? You're invited to join in on the fun during the inaugural fried chicken celebration taking place July 6th through 8th at Disneyland. Fried chicken can be found in 2 locations, Plaza Inn at Disneyland Park and Flo's V8 Cafe in Disney California Adventure Park. How fun. So if you're on the West Coast, you can participate in the Fried Chicken Festival. They're going to have it all summer, but the actual festival is July 6th through 8th. So the pet policy at Walt Disney World, remember we announced that last year, and it started mid-October last year, to where certain resorts and certain parts of certain resorts were going to become pet friendly, and certain, like dogs and cats could be brought there and stay in the room as long as you checked on them every so many hours, or you could do daycare at Best Friends Pet Care and then bring them back in your room at night. That is ending October 15th. So past October 15th of this year, you will no longer be able to book a pet-friendly room at Disney World. Now, the places that still allow pets, though, of course, if you have an assisted, a pet for ADA reasons, an assistance animal, then that's still allowed. But the only other reason that would be allowed is if you're staying at a campsite at Fort Wilderness. So pets usually are allowed there. But... all right, that ends October 15th. They said if you have a trip booked and it starts before October 15th, then you'll be allowed to have your pet with you through the end of your trip. But then after that, they will no longer book any pet-friendly rooms. So that was a trial period. They told us that from the beginning. I guess maybe it didn't garner a lot of attention or enough attention for them to keep doing it. So it ends October 15th. I definitely only had one client ask to take their pet, and they were already staying at a place that would have allowed it. So I've not had any specific people ask for the certain resorts that were allowing it. All right. I already told you about that. I can book free dining through August 1st. Do you know what that means? That even though it was quite limited for this year, not a lot of people booked it. So what does that tell you? People are saving their money for 2019 and apparently late fall of 2019. Although I have done a ton of quotes for the first part of 2019, especially the month of June. Let me just warn you now, you may want to travel in July, August, or September of next year because it'll be a lot less crowded than any other time next year. Fair warning on that one. All right. Cool down this summer with a decadent chocolate chiller from the Ganachery. This house-made beverage is made with caramel, darkened milk chocolate, topped with whipped cream and crispy chocolate pearls. Oh my goodness. That looks really good. House of Blues Orlando. Make your weekend plans now to join us at the House of Blues restaurant and bar for Blues Kitchen. Enjoy late night bites and free live blues music on Friday and Saturday night starting at 10:30 p.m. Grab your friends and book your table today. So that's something House of Blues in Orlando is adding to its repertoire. Visitors to Liberty Square over July 4th can have plenty of options to choose from for patriotic PhotoPass pictures, including flagging down a PhotoPass photographer for one in front of the replica of the Liberty Bell. Fans of the Muppets Present Great Moments in American History can be part of a very special magic shot that celebrates the comedic events or achievements of our fuzzy founding fathers. Look for this near Sleepy Hollow in Liberty Square on July 3rd and 4th. Magic Kingdom guests can also opt for a somewhat less star-spangled portrait in front of Cinderella's coach in Fantasyland on July 3rd and 4th. Disney Springs Photo Studio will have an epic assortment of backdrops that prominently display stars and stripes of the red, white, and blue variety through July 7th. Lastly, guests visiting the 4 Walt Disney World Resort theme parks on July 4th will be able to find select PhotoPass photographers possessing the perfect prop for patriotic picture purposes. Wow, quite an alliteration there. It has Pluto. You can get your taken with Pluto. So if you're there on July 4th, you have special PhotoPass pictures you can get taken. All right, here's something that was announced on one of my other travel agent pages that I wanted to warn you about and warn myself about too. Because I think a lot of us ladies will, if you're traveling with a baby, something like that, pay attention. So in addition to a ban on certain sizes of liquids, aerosols, gels, and powders, they have added powder to the list of things that are banned for international flights. So if you are flying internationally, since 2006, there's been a restriction in place on all international flights around the carriage of liquids, aerosols, and gels. As most international travelers are aware, liquids, aerosols, and gels are limited to 100 milliliters or 3.4 ounces or smaller size containers in an individual's carry-on bag. Effective June 30th, tomorrow of 2018, we will see the introduction of a restriction on the carriage of powders on international services. So how is powder defined for the purpose of airline carriage? Powders include cosmetics, flour, spices, sugar, powdered food, powdered deodorant, talcum powder, powdered baby formula, salt scrubs, powdered detergents, protein powders, coffee, and foot powders. Does this apply to check-in luggage or just carry-on? It will only apply to carry-on luggage. How much powder is permitted? Individual items cannot exceed 350 grams or 12 ounces in your carry-on luggage. Please note the average weight of a loose cosmetic powder is around 30 grams and a compact powder averages around 12 grams. So that's a smaller amount. Yes, there are exceptions. Prescription baby formulas, which are powdered, and medications, again, must be prescribed by a doctor, may exceed these limitations of 350 grams or 12 ounces. Cremated human remains are also exempt. These items will have to be verified and then placed in a secure, tamper-free bag. Duty-free items purchased at the airport will also be secured in a secure tamper-proof bag for carriage on the aircraft. Does this affect me carrying powders in my check-in? No. Although all items packed in your check-in luggage must comply with rules around the carriage of hazardous materials. Will this be strictly enforced across the world? At this stage, the United States Transportation Safety Authority and Australian Border Security have confirmed that they will be screening powders from June 30th on. Other countries, along with airlines will provide updates, but we should anticipate that this will eventually be adopted globally, so we should apply it to all international flights. All right, airport security has the final discretion on this, but US TSA is going to do it and Australia is going to do it starting tomorrow. So if you are traveling internationally, please, please check on your powders and make sure you have no more than 12 ounces in your carry-on. All right, big news this week. I'm sure you guys have seen this unless you're living under a rock. Disney has agreed to sell 21st Century Fox's regional sports networks in order to secure the Justice Department's approval of its acquisition of 21st Century Fox. They have also scheduled a shareholders vote on July 27th to approve 21st Century Fox being bought out by Disney. So there you go. It's going to be really hard for Comcast to get in there now, so especially since the Justice Department has approved it. There are 2 new Pandora charms available at Disney Park exclusive charms. I don't know that you're going to be able to see this picture, but I'll try. Oops, it moved it back. So the 2 charms are birthday charm and my first visit charm, and both of them have little Disney characters and Disney stuff on them, and they're cute. Get ready for a whimsical day with Mommy and Me Disney dresses from the Marketplace Co-op. So now those dresses that they in the Marketplace Co-op at Disney World, Disney Dress Shop at Disneyland, now in child sizes. So you and your child can match, not all the but several of them. So Halloween Horror Nights has announced all the rest of their scare zones. So let me tell you what got announced this week. Halloween Horror Nights is at Universal's Orlando Resort. The past will haunt you throughout the streets of Halloween Horror Nights 28. Get details about the newly announced scare zones and grab your tickets. The Revenge of Chucky and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Again, sticking with the 80s theme that they already announced. It'll be Killer Clowns from Outer Space and Chucky is the last 2 remaining scare zones announced this week. Also this week, Norwegian Cruise Line says, let the good times roll on Norwegian Breakaway, the largest and newest ship to sail from the Crescent City, which is New Orleans. Get jazzed over her 26 dining options, amazing open-air restaurants, bars and lounges, and breathtaking views along the waterfront. What's more, she's the only cruise ship from New Orleans at Harvest Caye, which is a private peninsula. Let's see, the Caribbean's premier resort style destination. You can book a 7, 10, or 11-day Western Caribbean cruise that leaves New Orleans on Norwegian Cruise Line. The 7-day cruises from New Orleans start at $109 per day. Western Caribbean from New Orleans starts at $79 a day, and 11-day Western Caribbean from New Orleans starts at $69 a day. All of those stop at their private stop of Harvest Caye. And then right now on select sailings, you can do a $1 deposit on Norwegian Cruise Line and pick one of the 5 free things they offer on every ship. Or if you pick a balcony level or above room, you can pick all 5. So there you go with Norwegian Cruise Line. I already said that. All right, so I just talked about how the House of Blues Orlando put on Twitter this week that they were going to start having Friday and Saturday night late night events from 10:30 to 2:30 a.m., live music, things like that. So now, after they announced that, Disney Springs announced that several restaurants are going to be doing this. So it's going to start this Saturday night, and it's going to be Thursday through Saturday nights from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And here are the different restaurants that are participating. And again, this is Springs at Walt Disney World. So it's going to be open Thursday through Saturday nights until 2 a.m., late night Disney Springs, and it's going to be at the Edison, Morimoto Asia, Raglan Road, Enzo's Hideaway, STK Orlando, the Boathouse, Wine Bar George, Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar, and Paradiso 37. So if you're looking for something to do late night or maybe some food and everything else is already closed in the parks, Disney Spring does not require a ticket. Head on over, get you something to eat, have some fun, some live music, enjoy. All right. a new patent has been filed by Disney, several. This is the first that I'm going to tell you about. There was a new patent we talked about last week where it was basically looked like it was going to be a blaster for Star Wars characters to use and be able to see the blast come out of the gun during the daylight. So I think probably goes with that patent. But what it is a patent that was published yesterday extends that technology as it's able to replicate the blaster shot traveling through the air. So it goes with that other patent where you can see the blaster firing in the daylight. Now you can see the blaster fire traveling through the air in the daylight. So the illusion behind the technology will surely wow guests. The technology itself is remarkable in its simplicity. It essentially uses a multitude of many reflective surfaces that display the blaster fire traveling through space. The reflective surfaces are connected to arms that quickly appear and disappear from view as to not break the illusion. When enough of these are lined up together, the laser that is shot out of the blaster can mimic a blaster shot traveling in the daylight, so you can see it. Okay, so this is interesting. If used on a stage, actors would need to be very accurate with their shot so that the reflective surfaces could create an accurate path for the fire. However, in an attraction, if the blaster is affixed to an animatronic, the path would already be set and calibrated, which combined with scenery the reflective surfaces would allow for high accuracy and immersion. We're not really sure how they're going to use this yet, but that's an interesting patent this week by Disney. Probably going to be used in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Another announcement that was made this week is that Disney has named Asad Ayaz as president of marketing and Ricky Strauss as president of content and marketing for the upcoming Disney streaming on-demand service. Again, that starts next year. So, President of Marketing Ricky Strauss will now be President Content and Marketing of Disney's service. The digital platform will launch next year and will feature existing and newly created Disney content. Asad Ayaz will take over Strauss's former position and will be the new president of marketing. He has been with Walt Disney Studios for 14 years. Taff is now the president of theatrical distribution, franchise management, and business and audience insight. Taff had previously been responsibilities of distribution chief, taking over for the outgoing David Hollis. Strauss has worked in the industry for nearly 25 years and joined the Walt Disney Company in 2012. Ayaz served as executive vice president of theatrical marketing for live action releases for Disney, moving to marketing oversight. And Taff has been there for 24 years, her most notable recent role in the successful release of Incredibles 2. So there you go. More people moving around at Disney, not surprised with the new taking over Century Fox. This is interesting. So this is another technological achievement the Disney Imagineers have achieved this week, and they just released a video of it on one of the Disney blogs today. This is an animatronic figure that can control its movements in the air. It's with a company called Stunttronics. So built out of a research experiment called Stickman, which covered a few months ago, Stunttronics are autonomous, self-correcting aerial performers that can make on-the-go corrections to nail high-flying stunts every time. Basically, they're like a robotic stunt person, hence the name. This is very interesting. So the principal research and development Imagineer who worked on this project is Tony Dohey and Megan Pope, who's the associate research scientist at Disney. So what this is about is the realization that we came to after seeing where our characters are going on screen, whether they be Star Wars characters, Pixar characters, Marvel characters, or our own animation characters, is that they're doing all these things that are really, really active. And so that becomes the expectation of our park guests that these characters are going to do the same things that they do on screen. But when it comes to our attractions, what are our animatronic figures doing? We realize that we have kind of a disconnect. So they came up with the concept of a stunt double for the hero animatronic figures that could take their place within a show or scene to perform more aggressive maneuvering, much in the same way a double replaces a valuable and delicate actor in a dangerous scene in a movie. The Stuntronics robot features onboard accelerometer and gyroscope arrays supported by laser range finding. In its current form, it's humanoid, taking on the size and shape of a performer that could easily be imagined clothed in the costume of, say, The Incredibles or someone on a Marvel roster. The bot is able to be slung from the end of a wire to fly through the air, controlling its pose, rotation, and center of mass to not only land aerial tricks correctly, but to do them on target while holding heroic poses in midair. One use of this could be mid-show in an attraction. For relatively static shots, hero animatronics like the shaman or new figures Imagineering is constantly working on could provide nuanced performances of face and figure. Then a transition to a scene that requires dramatic, unfettered action, and boom, a Stuntronics double could fly across the space on its own, calculating trajectories. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. And striking poses with its onboard hardware, hitting a target dead every time. Cue reset for the next audience. This focus on creating scenarios where animatronics feel more real and dynamic is at work in other areas of Imagineering Disney as well, with autonomous rolling robots and someday the holy grail of bipedal walking robots. But Stuntronics fills one specific gap in the repertoire of a standard animatronic figure, the ability to convince you that it could be a being of action and dynamism. So they look like humans. How cool. This is so cool. I can't wait to see how they use those at Disney. All right, so Imagineering is awesome and really smart, and I want one of my kids to be an Imagineer someday. So much fun. Okay. I already told you that. Fox merger vote is July 27th. This also was announced yesterday. Disney shuts down Disney Toon Studios. The Walt Disney Company is closing Disney Toon Studios effective immediately. The news was first reported by IndieWire. Disney's third animation studios was best known for their direct-to-home productions of the Disney Fairies and Planes franchises. After much consideration, Disney said, "We have made the decision to end production activity and close Disney Toon Studios." So there you go. No more Disney Toon Studios. They were supposed to create direct-to-consumer content for the new streaming system, but apparently they don't need that. They decided, so they got rid of it. This was just announced today. Oh my goodness, how exciting. A new show is coming to Hollywood Studios in early 2019 is what this, so like right after the first of the year. A new show is set to debut at Disney's Hollywood Studios in 2019, Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. Announced today at a press event at Disney's Hollywood Studios, Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy will be an up-close experience with Lightning McQueen, Cruz Ramirez, and Tow Mater, according to the Senior Vice President at Walt Disney Imagineering, Kathy Magnum. Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy! How exciting! So excited. That's going to be at Hollywood Studios early 2019. And let me tell you what else that they confirmed on this after the news was first released. The location has been confirmed for this upcoming show to be Sunset Showcase, which is near Rock and Roller Coaster. It's a building that they sometimes use, sometimes don't use. So that is going to be the location for this new show. How exciting. Disney itself on their blog today said, calling aspiring racers of all ages, I feel a big old ka-chow coming on because beginning in early 2019, there's going to be another exciting reason to get revved up about a visit to Disney's Hollywood Studios. It's Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy, a high-octane, first-of-its-kind new show that'll put you right in the middle of the world of Disney Pixar cars. At Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy, located near Rock and Roller Coaster, you'll come face-to-face with racing legend Lightning McQueen, who is excited to showcase what he's learned over the years with you, the next generation of rookie racers. At Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy, let's see. Of course, as Lightning McQueen has discovered throughout his career, things don't always go according to plan, and he has to think fast to get back on course. With friends Tow Mater, Cruz Ramirez, and the gang from Radiator Springs on his side, Lightning gears up for the challenge. What will happen? You'll have to speed on over to find out when Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy opens early 2019. Yay, a new show. So exciting. I'm so excited. Okay, so let me go back to the next bit of news, which is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway concept art was revealed today, also at that media event. This is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And what's interesting about this concept art is that this is you, so you're in the train right there on the ride, and then over here is Mickey and Minnie riding in their train right next to you. They're speeding alongside of you, and of course Goofy is the driver of our crazy train that we will be in as passengers. That is the new ride, also coming in 2019 in the Chinese theater at Disney World's Hollywood Studios. And let me see if I have any other, here's another piece of concept art when they released today. This is what the train looks like for us who are going to be riding in it, the front of it. How fun. Can't wait to ride that one either, because that's going to be 2.5D new technology. It says, earlier today, a new image was shared of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, an attraction planned to open at Disney's Hollywood Studios 19. The attraction will totally immerse guests in a cartoon world and will feature a new catchy theme song created especially for the attraction. The fun begins when you see the premiere of a new cartoon short with Mickey and Minnie preparing for a picnic. As they head out, they drive alongside a train and find out that the engineer is Goofy. Then, one magical moment lets you step into the movie and on Goofy's train for a wacky, wild ride. The teams helping create the attraction are currently working with partners at Disney Television Animation to keep the characters and storyline authentic and allow the guests to join Mickey and his friends like never before. So they'll give us more information when they have it. We don't have an actual opening date yet, but that'll be also in 2019. And Minnie's Runaway Railway. All right, more patents filed for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So let's see what this one is. In the Star Wars universe, there is such a thing as a Force ghost, where characters close to the Force are able to replicate themselves in ghost form. This showcases a technology described as the floating image may be in a space in which viewers may be present such that the viewers can be near to the image and can, in some cases, walk about and interact with the floating image. Preferably, the display system would be configured to produce a floating image that can be large in scale and in many applications be visible to the viewer not only in the dark, but also rooms or spaces that are more highly illuminated. Rooms or spaces that might be an example, a 3D image may float in an outside space near a queue line, perhaps, in Galaxy's Edge. Oh my goodness. It could also be next to a ride or attraction in a music or theme park or in a lobby of a movie theater, perhaps. That's a new patent that was filed today by Disney. So a technology like this would allow guests in Galaxy's Edge to interact with Force ghosts while near a queue or other locations in the land. The effect is achieved by reflecting a projection image off of multiple mirrored surfaces and onto physical space such that the image appears to be floating. The technology could be used in a number of other places, like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway we just talked about as part of their 2.5D technology. It could also be holographic characters that are somehow in a 3D experience in any of the lands. In the patent, it says the image can be 2D or 3D, so that the floating element is realistic to what it is supposed to be representing. So if the floating image is a person, it will be 3D, but if it was a sign or text, the image could be displayed in 2D. As with all patents, this technology may never be seen in the parks, but this specific patent seems to have a variety of applications with current projects. I love these patent filings because then we can see stuff and see what their description is of what they may use it for. So kind of cool. Let's see. At Disneyland Resort, they are preparing construction on the fourth on-property hotel. Security checkpoints are now going to be moved or repositioned because of this construction, which starts in July. Pedestrians will need to change their routes, and some parking lots will be closed. So let's talk about that for a second. Construction on the fourth Disneyland Resort Hotel will begin in July. This project will have an effect on some pedestrian routes, security checkpoints, and parking lots. Pedestrian routes and security checkpoints. The security checkpoint between ESPN Zone and Rainforest Cafe will be closing on Monday, July 2nd. All pedestrian access to downtown Disney will be through the security checkpoint between ESPN Zone and Earl of Sandwich across from the Disneyland Hotel Adventure Tower. That's where we went in through. Guests walking to downtown Disney Mickey and Friends parking structure or hotels along Ball Road should utilize the sidewalks along Magic Way and Downtown Drive. Disney promises informative signage will be posted to help guests, and that signage is always there. Starting July 9th, the Simba Lot will become the primary parking for downtown Disney guests. The guest entrance to Simba Lot is on Disneyland Drive between Catella Avenue and Disney's Paradise Pier Hotel, where we stayed. The current primary parking off Magic Way will close to guests on July 9th, and the Disneyland Resort will utilize the Lilo and Stitch lots to support construction. The pedestrian entrance on Magic Way will remain open, and downtown Disney access will be available for guests walking from the Mickey and Friends parking structure. Opening in 2021, the 700-room hotel will transform the west end of downtown Disney and anchor a new gateway to the resort. This is the first new hotel for the resort in nearly 20 years. Guests and cast members will be able to enjoy increased parking availability and improved flow of traffic around the resort once the project is complete. And it will have monorail access, this new resort. Can't wait to see it and stay in it. I'm supposed to have DVC rooms too. Okay. Aventura Hotel is Universal Orlando Resort's newest hotel. It's opening in mid-August. And so they have introduced a new restaurant that they are going to have, and it's going to serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It almost sounds like a buffet type thing to me, but it's like really sophisticated. So it's called the Urban Pantry at Universal's Aventura Hotel. And let me give you an idea of what it is they're going to serve there. Universal's Aventura Hotel is about to introduce something new and different to Orlando's theme park food scene. Urban Pantry will be Aventura Hotel's modern food hall. Here your taste buds will be hit with diverse flavors, fresh ingredients, and globally inspired dishes. Best of all, this eclectic collection of amazing eats will all be available at the newest Prime Value Hotel. So remember, Aventura is a Prime Value Hotel. The value hotels that we talked about that are going to have those family suites starting at $110 a night and the regular room starting at $73 a night are the new Endless Summer Resorts, and the Surfside Resort is going to be open next year. Actually, next August 1st is what I discovered when I went in there to try to book it. So this is a value prime, just like Cabana Bay is considered a prime value hotel as well. So it's kind of like a value plus. All right, so the Urban Pantry will be the modern food hall in this new Prime Value Hotel, inspired by world-famous food halls and markets found in major cities like San Francisco and London. Urban Pantry fits perfectly into the contemporary and stylish vibe of the Aventura Hotel. It's a big thing of glass, so it's definitely contemporary. Let's see. There's also going to be a rooftop bar and grill called Bar 17 because it's on the 17th floor of the Aventura Hotel. Urban Pantry will be the perfect gathering spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. With plenty of seating and large floor-to-ceiling windows, you can take in the natural sunlight and enjoy a view of the pool while you eat. So here's a sneak peek of some of the delicious options you will find at the Urban Pantry. The roast station will feature entrees like cuts of lamb and prime rib, plus chicken, salmon, and paella. You can pair these dishes with sides like quinoa, couscous, roasted marble potatoes, spinach, and seasonal veggies. At the pizza station, you can watch chefs create mouth-watering pizzas topped with gourmet ingredients like prosciutto and smoked salmon. These are baked in high-temperature stone ovens with seating designed to watch your pie in the making. For dessert, indulge in a gelato sandwich, a pressed sweet bread bun filled with hazelnut chocolate and gelato. The Walk Station lets you customize a hearty, healthy bowl of fresh ingredients. You can choose stir-fry or ramen style, then pick your protein like steak, chicken, shrimp, or tofu, and top it off with your choice of vegetables. This station will also offer a selection of sushi and appetizers like tuna poke, crab spring rolls, and dumplings. The Burger Station will serve delicious handhelds with your choice of grass-fed beef, black Angus beef, turkey burger, or a vegetarian burger garnished with an assortment of cheeses and toppings like aged Gouda, bacon, and fig jam, and roasted mushrooms. If you're craving seafood, dive into the Florida Grouper sandwich, and don't forget to add a pickle, french fries, and savory dipping sauces. You'll also have the option of pairing your Urban Pantry dish with a perfectly paired drink. Each food station will serve wine and beer themed to the cuisine and designed to complement the flavors of your meal. For example, you can get Asian beer and sake at the Walk Station. Almost everything at Urban Pantry will be made from scratch, which will get the highest quality, best tasting food. Not only will the food taste delicious with select organic ingredients, but it will be good for you too. And if you have special dietary needs, talk directly to the chef cooking your meal made just for you. I'm going to have to go try this place. It sounds really good. I can't wait for you to try all the amazing food and drink at Universal's Aventura Hotel. You can book your room home, and if you book a 4-night or longer stay, you'll receive a $50 hotel dining credit so you can try all this mouth-watering food. 7 nights or longer get you a $100 credit. All right. That is all the news for today. We made it through. It was quite a bit, and lots of it came just today. So thank you guys for watching. I'm so excited for Toy Story Land opening tomorrow. Thank you so much, Wait World, for this new t-shirt design. Woohoo! I'm going to wear it when I go to Toy Story World or Toy Story Land in September. So yay! Talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your Friday. Bye.